Thanks for tuning into the Crush It Trading Recap Show for Monday, October 14th, 2024. Crushed it today with $1,530. Today was a pretty interesting day of trading for myself, and the Crush It trade strategy did set up on a few of the tickers that we normally watch. And if you want to see those trades, do me a favor and click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, right now would be the perfect time to subscribe, and you can come learn the Crush It trade strategy with us Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 11 right here on YouTube. All right, the trade of the day was... there it is, Tesla for $1,530. Now, before I get into Tesla, I'm just going to talk about Meta real quick here. I did take a small trade on Meta outside the Bollinger Bands here on the 5 at the Crush It zone. And then right here on the 1, I got in on this impulsive move to the downside. Took 25 contracts. It was an easy in, easy out at the bottom of the Crush It zone. That was my target. Now you can see the bigger move to the downside, but I did get out at the bottom of the Crush It zone, which I set my target at. So that was $400 right there. And then the next move here was on Tesla. Tesla to the downside right here, coming through the Crush It zone. There was no entry here. And then when we got down to the previous day low right here, I was looking for continuation, actually. We had this hammer candle off the 9-day at the previous day low. And I was looking at the crossover here on the MACD. So I got in 25 contracts, and I got stopped out immediately right away at here. I think I lost about $40 on this trade. Now, this is where it gets interesting because I got back into this trade at the bottom of the Crush It zone, just up past the Crush It zone into the 100-day here. Now, if you were in the room today, I was calling out AMD, but I was actually in Tesla, and I even convinced myself I was in AMD for a while there and started talking about the premiums and how they were going up and the price was going down. Ended up with $1,100 on Tesla, and then you add the $400 from Meta. And so I ended up at about $1,530 on the Tesla trade today. Now, let's move over to the watch list and see what took place for the Crush It trade strategy. Now, you can see here in AMD. Now, let me back up here just a second. Every day I've been talking about what would happen if you just took a Crush It trade setup on the near side of the Crush It zone only. If that's all you traded every single day. Okay, so here we have our first one on AMD right here. We have a 4.25 risk-reward ratio, and it's about a $1 move to the 0.382 level right here. It did go a little bit higher. So that's one winning trade right there in AMD. The second winning trade would be on Amazon. You got half of a winning trade, then stopped out on the other half down here in your just below the Crush It zone here. Now, technically, this is later in the day, so I probably wouldn't even have taken this trade. So, but I just put it in here to be fair because it's right off the Crush It zone, even though it's at the end of the day. I don't take any of these trades past noon, at least noon. And I generally only trade from 9:30 to 11. But like I said, if I was going to take one at noon, maybe. But I definitely would not be taking one this late in the afternoon. Here we have Meta. I was in this trade also. You can see the big move to the downside. I ended up getting out at the bottom of the Crush It zone here. But if you had gotten in at the near side of the Crush It zone with this retest right here, you could have gotten about a 9.98 risk to reward on Meta. So that was a nice winning trade there. You would have never gotten in on Tesla right here to the downside in this Crush It zone, and I'll show you why here. On Tesla, look at this impulsive candle right here to the downside. So you don't have any kind of entry. There's no signal for any kind of bounce or reversal here on Tesla in the Crush It zone. So as this moved down, that's why I took that trade for continuation at the previous day low. But anyways, talking about the near side of the Crush It zone, nothing here. I did end up taking this trade today, so that was a winning trade. Right here to the upside. I didn't get to get it all the way to the zero line here, but that would have been about a 3.53 risk to reward ratio on Tesla. And then I didn't have anything on Nvidia. You can see we had nothing on Apple there. So there you have it. You have a nice winning trade on AMD and a really nice winning trade on Meta. I put Amazon in here. I don't know if I would have taken it, but it's there. And then Tesla. So the two big ones really are AMD and Meta. I don't know that you would have really gotten in on Amazon and Tesla. So, however, if you only want to play the Crush It trade strategy, right, you can play this. This is all you have to do. This is what I started out with from March all the way into midsummer. That's all I played. And I ended up with like $200,000 in August playing this strategy. So if you want to learn the Crush It trade strategy, come trade with us Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 11. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 9:30. All right? Take care. Have a good night.